Oh,
How's it going, bud?
can you hear me now?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
All right.
perfect. The
How does this
headphones.
work? Oh, yeah, man. I got all the gear now.
Okay, I'll have to see if I can share it with a few there. With a few there in. Roberta, will you go to the YouTube there for Deep Ponder and see if it's on it, please?
Hang on. I have the laptop here as well.
Yeah, just see.
Like, click
Does it
on the
look
deep
weird
ponder.
that you can see? You basically see.
Yeah, you're on, but it's very delayed. It's like delayed by a minute.
Show me.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Make a comment there.
Talking to a friend of mine.
Just make a comment and see. Oh, they're all in. Oh, nice one.
All right. Hey, Roberta. Is it working?
Yeah, it's working.
All right. Cool.
Am I famous now?
Show me what it looks like on YouTube.
Is it working?
It's so cool.
Oh, very good.
Even just go
Very
to our
good.
homepage. I'd have to share this now somewhere, right? Oh, it says live in the story. Okay, I'm just going to go to. Have to change something here on YouTube to my friends. That's my sister there, Sarah, and her boyfriend Adam. What's the crack, lads? I think we're delayed by I don't know, 30 seconds or something. But we had to download. Basically this thing to get another stream on another website, and it links to YouTube. Jeez, I'm after sending this link now to a good few lads, and there's a couple of them saying the link isn't fucking working.
Oh shit. Okay. I can see it now. Here, it's on the laptop here beside me as well.
Can you share a link there?
Me?
Oh no, sorry, it's the little live profile pictures at night.
I don't know, man. You're the brains behind this operation, John.
Imagine if we did like 100 people that were just trying to get in.
Yeah. That is some wishful fucking thinking.
Oh,
Anyway, John, today's sponsor, Corona. Oh no, shit, it's Saul. Fuck, sorry, Saul.
Saul, nice one.
Mm.
Hi, come here. We 288 subscribers there, before we started. We've 290 now.
We fuck.
We're laughing, lad.
Mm.
Hold on, no, I ain't gone in here to. I'll have to switch my account now to my own YouTube and see does it work. Where was Tommy? Tommy was trying to get in too to watch, wasn't he?
Yeah. Did you send the link to the group chat?
No, I'm gonna see if I can send it there now.
Yeah.
I'll just text Tommy, and I say.
Well, lads, no, there's no feed coming through there. Mine is just it's on constant output. So there's no live feed coming through there.
Oh yeah, just. I like the headphones, kid.
Yeah, they're good, man. They're actually really good. Fucking 30 quid. Amazon, baby.
Looking the part. You have the mic working there now as well.
Yeah, it seems to be working anyway. The light is on.
Click on the, I suppose, what would you say, profile picture on our YouTube channel. It should say live. That's a bit of a balls, like it. And I suppose if you're going live, a lot of people just kind of just one person in the camera kind of a thing, or if they'll be sitting in front of them,
Yeah.
they won't be sharing it. Like I just took it that to be handy. Like I could just invite you in.
Mm.
Right. So if I look up to Deep Ponder here now, yeah, okay. If I can. I'm going to throw this up on the Instagram page there as well, and 2 people might see it. But this is gas.
suppose it's good to get the practice anyway.
Yeah. Right. Done. We'll actually start talking about something in a minute, lads. We're just starting out this up then.
I hope you've got something good for us, Jonesy.
I've actually a bit of a list of shit to talk about, yeah.
Good man. Good man.
There's been a few mad things happening there the last couple of days, kid. Okay. Okay, this is going to go up there now on my story, or our story, I should say.
Who's Adam Gearan? Do you know Adam Gearan?
Yeah, that's Sarah, my that's Sarah.
All right, so it's just
Sarah,
family tuning in. I'll get my mother and father to tune in now as well. I'll send them a text, will I?
do it. That's my sister's boyfriend, yeah. Adam's the lad now that came up with one of the one of the thumbnails there for our
Oh
episode.
yeah. Good man, Adam.
He's there since they'll be always listening.
Following us from the start, man. Loyal.
I'm telling you. Okay, I'll do another little post here on YouTube. I know it doesn't make a difference, but no, there's right. But come here, while we're chatting away, while I'm starting out this shit, did you see the crack with Jimmy Kimmel? The other way he was ABC, they took him off air, and he's back up again. Did you see that?
I didn't really pay attention. I just heard he was off, and then I heard he was back on. I didn't even really hear what he said.
I watched the video, right, and Roberta, let's get this show started. It's our first time watching an episode as well.
Go away.
Yeah.
Loyal supporters. Thank you, Sarah.
But what was I saying? Yeah, so whatever, he was taken off ABC because he's anti-Trump, and he was basically saying that because of MAGA supporters, he was blaming them he was basically saying that they were at fault for Charlie Kirk's not that fault for his murder, but they were kind of partly to blame. But no, he said it was kind of a bit of a joke, but it did sound like he was fucking taking aim at MAGA supporters, blaming the right, as he called it. Do you know?
Right.
Right. So then Trump's administration got a contact apparently with ABC, and they were supposed to be a big signing. There was supposed to be a big kind of like a merger deal or something going on, that the government was going to give them fund them a lot of money, and they threatened them. They said, look, basically Jimmy Kimmel sort them out or else the deal is over. So they took Jimmy Kimmel off air, and they knew the raking ones like other talk shows like Stephen Colbert support him on his show, saying, look, it's the right to freedom of speech, no matter what way your opinion is. That's what America is, and this and that. So then Jimmy Kimmel was left alive, and he was just his usual way, and he got a massive round of applause from his audience. And then he kind of said, look, it wasn't my intention. Someone died. It was a horrible thing. And someone just with a different opinion than a lot of people. And then he started kind of to quiver and kind of put on a bit of tears. And he said, it wasn't my intent to make light of the assassination. It was common. He said it was a joke, and I wanted it. I didn't want anyone to take it as basically. That's the way he kind of said it. And then he said, look, he said, the leader of our country is supposed to support the ideas of American people, and freedom of speech is a big thing here, and it's going to be a massive problem if they're not, if they're not leaving it be, if they're going against the freedom of speech kind of thing. So he didn't back down from what he was saying in a way. But Like it's right. Even if you are against Trump, totally, like you shouldn't be fucking. You shouldn't be, I suppose, censored for that, like, you know.
Yeah, like I kind of assumed that he'd said something kind of disturbing or something. Like, what exactly did he say? Like, that it was just their fault, or?
Yeah, I wonder, can I share the screen here? We were in, lad.
Because there's a difference between sort of like you have freedom of speech, but like if you're employed by a company and you go out and you say some crazy shit, then you're kind of reflecting that company, and they can kind of, you have freedom of speech, but they can kind of say, listen, we can't have you saying shit like that and misrepresenting us. Does that make sense?
Exactly, yeah. Hold on now here. I'm going to share this. They're taking off here. No, Jimmy Kimmel, I don't know. He seems to be a bit of a taking off air following. Okay, video. Okay, so I'm going to share the screen there, right? Share screen. These are 2 minutes. Okay, tell me there now if you can hear this video, right?
All right.
Can you hear that?
No, not yet. Hang on. Let's see if I can hear it coming through on the laptop.
Can you see that screen?
No. This is a fucking shit show.
We'll get there, lads. We'll get there. Share screen. Okay, hold on now. Share screen. No, hold on. I'll share a window now. We've already got shit open here. Chrome tab. Okay, now you should see that. Can you see that screen?
No, not yet.
No,
I'm,
look there. No.
I'm looking at it on the delay on YouTube here as well, and it's not coming up on the screen.
Oh, here's why. Hey, we're in now.
There you go.
Oh.
All right, what am I looking at?
The developing stories of
Can you hear that volume?
Yeah.
Class. Okay.
That's good, man.
Nice.
the developing story. Supporters of Jimmy Kimmel Live crowded the gates outside of Disney Studios in Southern California earlier today, holding signs saying free speech. They were protesting the suspension, of course, of Kimmel's late night talk show. Disney's ABC says the show is preempted indefinitely following Kimmel's comments about the shooting death of Charlie Kirk. When Barton Gardner has the latest.
Trump must go now!
Jimmy Kimmel is off the air for now, and the news brought a small group of protesters to the studio where he tapes his long-running late-night show. The controversy erupted over comments he made Monday night.
He hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it.
ABC took action after the nation's largest local television company took a stand. Nexstar Media Group announced it was pulling Kimmel from the 28 ABC affiliates it operates.
ABC also got an earful from the head of the FCC over Monday's broadcast. Chairman Brendan Carr says late night TV needs a wake-up call.
I think there's a lot of commentary on late night having shifted dramatically over the last 10 years. It used to be that they would go for laugh lines, and it's shifted to going for applause lines.
Thursday, President Trump dismissed free speech concerns and celebrated Kimmel's suspension.
Well, Jimmy Kimmel was fired because he had bad ratings more than anything else. And he said a horrible thing about a great gentleman known as Charlie Kirk. And Jimmy Kimmel is not a talented person. He had very bad ratings, and they should have fired him a long time ago.
On Capitol Hill, several Democratic lawmakers said they do see a threat to free speech.
When the head of the FCC is talking openly about taking away the broadcast license, then that is the government trying to exercise censorship.
Kimmel's contract with the network is up in May of next year.
Well, I spoke with CBS News legal contributor Jessica Levinson about how much power the FCC actually has in cases like this, because
I mean, that seemed fairly tame, didn't it?
Here's the reaction now. Look, I'm going to show it if I can get it back. So Jimmy Kimmel. Hold on now.
So your man Tyler was from a conservative family, didn't he?
Oh, here you go now. Look, watch this.
Okay.
It's important to me as a human, and that is, you understand that it was never my intention to make light of the murder of a young man. I don't think there's anything funny about it. I posted a message on Instagram on the day he was killed, sending love to his family and asking for compassion, and I meant it, and I still do. Nor was it my intention to blame any specific group for the actions of what it was obviously a deeply disturbed individual. That was really the opposite of the point I was trying to make, but I understand that to some that felt either ill-timed or unclear, or maybe both. And for those who think I did point a finger, I get why you're upset. If the situation was reversed, there's a good chance I'd have felt the same way. I have many friends and family members on the other side who I love and remain close to, even though we don't agree on politics at all. I don't think the murderer who shot Charlie Kirk represents anyone. This was a sick person who believed violence was a solution, and it isn't. It ever. And also, selfishly, I am a person who gets a lot of threats. I get many ugly and scary threats against my life, my wife, my kids, my coworkers, because of what I choose to say. And I know those threats don't come from the kind of people on the right who I know and love. So that's what I wanted to say on that subject. But I don't want to make this about me because, and I know this is what people say when they make things about them, but I really don't. This show is not important. What is important is that we get to live in a country that allows us to have a show like this. I've had the opportunity to meet and spend time with comedians and talk show hosts from countries.
Okay, that's kind of the gist of it there. But poor Jimmy there, the way he took off with it. Oh.
Are you buying? I wouldn't buy that. It's it's pretty surreal. But I don't think he said anything that like so crazy that it would warrant him getting fired. Do you? I mean, him saying like your man Tyler's supposed to come from some sort of conservative family. His parents are supposed to be Republicans or something. So he might have twisted it slightly there. But I mean, that's what they do this shit anyway. Like, you know, that was kind of standard, no?
Yeah, I've just here left it for work. Is this the news channel? Inside the comments. Yeah, hi, come here. There's a lot of stuff there, like even about Charlie Kirk and going into kind of conspiracy side now. And there is some clip that apparently it's going missing online. It's hard to kind of find, but he's kind of like talking about Israel. It's like one of the last interviews he did, and basically saying that he was basically talking against Israel and that he doesn't support it and kind of a thing. And then he changes his mind as well, I think, at some stage.
Yeah.
But didn't he tell you one there, Candace Owens? Did you be following her?
I know who she is. Yeah, I don't follow her.
Yeah. She was very good friends with Charlie, and she's doing a deep dive into what's the reason for the whole lot of it. I'm going to take off this screen now. It's kind of annoying me. Yeah, and so she reckons that there's something behind it all. Just the way it doesn't line up. Like, where's the blood behind the back of him, straight back? Where's the exit wound? And why did she found out that there was this lad that there was a camera hanging up behind Charlie, and there was footage of him taking out the camera. Did you see that?
Yeah.
She got in contact with him then because she actually knew him, and from, I suppose, knowing Charlie, and she knew a lot of the members of his team, and she contacted him, and she said, by McGuigan, Darren McGee, definitely an organised hit, young lad taking the rep. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, apparently he was taking out the SIM card to save it so it won't go missing. And then Candace says, well, don't give it to the feds, because we all know that the feds aren't to be trusted. They've lied before, they'll lie again, basically. And then she's seen the footage, she coaxed him, and he eventually showed her the footage, and she said she was shocked by the lack of gore and horror she saw. She said she couldn't see any blood. So the camera angle was from behind up at the back of her. She couldn't see any blood. And she said, we need to release this to the public. It's just, there's literally nothing gory there to see. It's not like that original video that literally showed the blood pouring out from the shot. He said, we need to get this out there. And this is hugely important. And then your man is home in the hand, basically, and he won't do it. And I don't know, does he want to get it done properly through the FBI or something? I don't know.
Did you see any of this stuff? Did you see any of the stuff about the theory that he was shot from behind? Did I send that on to you?
Yeah, I seen.
Yeah,
so,
that was interesting enough.
Was it the coroner or what? Sorry, the guy, the surgeon who did the autopsy said that the bullet settled inside the skin, and it was a miracle that it didn't go through.
Yeah.
And like I seen a thing there as well. It's like, okay, he's a devout Christian and he's huge in the Christian community, the biggest community probably in America, yeah. And they were probably vouching for him the most with all his supporting him down through the years of what he was doing, and playing this miracle act. So Charlie Kirk, it was a miracle that the bullet didn't go through him, as in like pinnacle of a Christian character kind of a thing.
Yeah, the coroner said his bone density was so thick. He was so healthy that he stopped the bullet, and other guys are saying like that bullet would have taken down 2 elks. So
yeah, and we were talking to a lad there, weren't we? And he was saying that he does a bit of shooting himself, and anytime that he shot a deer or something, the blood would just spatter all over the place from the exit wound. And how did it happen here?
Yeah,
Look, there's a lot of like a miracle for that not to happen. Like, come on.
Did you come here? Did you see this stuff about the people have started pulling up this old Nicolas Cage movie from 1998 called Snake Eyes? Did you see any of this?
I just heard about it today, but I didn't see it.
Yeah, do you know, like I'll try to think of it now. Okay, first of all, there's a character in this movie called Charlie Kirkland, and he gets assassinated at a boxing match on September 10th, the same date, and he gets shot in the neck, and in the scene, like the blood is pouring out of his neck the same way. And
she's mad in a way. She's
seen it. Yeah, and there was one other. What was the other part of it again? There was a few. Oh yeah, the boxer was called Tyler as well. The boxer that was rigging the fight or something. Did you hear? You saw that, Berta?
Yeah, the person that actually shot him him was named Tyler as well. Yeah, that was his name.
Is that right? Yeah. It's mad, like. Yeah. So you got the same name, the same date, and the same assassin in the same movie. You know.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy, like.
Yeah, no, I've seen
there was one or two other things as well that kind of lined up with this shit as well.
Very interesting to watch, actually.
Yeah, it's mad stuff.
But like, don't they say what happens? Like, what did they say?
This would kind of tie. This would kind of tie. Sorry,
mimics in reality. Fiction often mimics reality, or something.
Yeah, like this is kind of what Mark Devlin was talking about, the karma thing, that they're telling us that this stuff's going to happen. I don't really think they're telling us that that's going to happen, but it's like when you've got the assassin's name, you've got the date, you've got the victim's name, you got the same wound. That's fucking mental, like.
The name as well, like Tyler, like what out of all names.
That's strange.
Yeah.
What did they say there?
Tyler the Executioner was the character's name.
Yeah.
Fucking mad.
So the whole thing there, Darren saying about the bullet bouncing off the vest. Yeah, they were saying that there early days of it happening, that he must have been wearing a vest and the bullet.
Yeah. But
hit the vest.
have you watched or listened to Candace Owens' investigation about it?
No, I haven't.
I've been following her every single day. She puts out a video, about an hour long video of her investigating this, and she says she's seen footage of the video from behind where he got shot, and she said that the feds are not releasing that to the public, and she said she's questioning it as to why, because it's not gruesome. There's not one drop of blood from behind where he got shot, so there should be something.
Yeah, that's
and
what
she
we're
said
saying.
that for some reason there's no blood. She thinks it's from an underground thing, because where he was sitting, it turns out to be like an underground tunnel. And if you look at footage from before he did the talk, that underground thing was opened, and it like leads to like somewhere, like it's really fascinating.
I'll have to look it up.
Oh, it's very cool.
The whole thing is a mind fuck though. Like we've just so many theories. You know?
Sarah's there saying there as well, finds it interesting that Cork's wife is letting Candace Owen be so public about it. Do you see that footage of Trump and he there with his arms around the wife?
It was very awkward.
And
She
he's
went
doing
in for
this,
a hug,
and he's doing this face
but
like he's
I
after.
seen this thing as well, that Candace and himself go way back. She did like a fashion show or something, and he helped her out, and he was there seen in the crowd like clapping for her, and she was way younger, like
Yes, when she was 17 or something. Yeah.
Yeah, before she even met Charlie.
Yeah.
So it was weird. There's something weird happening there as well.
Yeah, she was flashing the devil horns as well.
Yeah. So I don't
And
know.
did you see Tucker Carlson laughing as well?
Yeah,
That was
devil horns like that. What's that about?
yeah. Tucker Carlson
what-
laughing then as well was just weird. Like, did you see that?
Yeah, that was fucked.
Yeah.
What was his whole thing there? What was his? We see if we can get.
He was telling the story. He goes, "Oh, it kind of reminds me of the story of this guy who started telling the truth in Jerusalem or something like that." And they were just sitting around going, "How are we going to shut this guy up? And let's just kill him." Ha ha ha! It's fucking weird, man. Yeah.
Weird speech at Cork's funeral. Yeah. Tucker Carlson apparently, like he doesn't have a smartphone or nothing.
How does he get all the news?
Oh yeah, here, look, I'm going to share this there now again. So at stage, yeah, we can see that, yeah.
Yeah.
You hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that made me emotional. Made me emotional to see that. Susie Wiles had tears in her eyes. Which you don't often see in politics, but it's real. This is the most unbelievable thing I think I've ever seen. And whatever happens next in America, I hope it's in this direction, because God is here and you can feel it. And Charlie would have loved this, not just because he loved large groups of people, but because ultimately he was a Christian evangelist. And it actually reminds me of my favorite story ever. So it's about 2,000 years ago in Jerusalem, and Jesus shows up and he starts talking about the people in power, and he starts doing the worst thing that you can do, which is telling the truth about people, and they hate it, and they just go bonkers. They hate it, and they become obsessed with making him stop. This guy's got to stop talking. We've got to shut this guy up. And I can just sort of picture the scene in a lamplit room with a bunch of guys sitting around eating hummus, thinking about what do we do about this guy telling the truth about us? We must make him stop talking. And there's always one guy with the bright idea, and I can just hear him say, I've got an idea, why don't we just kill him? That'll shut him up. That'll fix the problem.
It's fucking surreal.
It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Everything is inverted, and the Beatitudes tell it, I think, the most crisply. Everything is sort of the opposite of what you think it's going to be.
Like, what the fuck?
Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. That is true, and you can feel it here. The thing about Charlie's message, I've thought a lot about it, and I'm trying not to be emotional because in addition to everything else,
Yeah, I'd say
he was
it's the weird laugh.
Yeah, it's so weird, man.
But yeah, he went to interview Putin there last year.
Yeah.
We talked about that, didn't we?
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah, I didn't watch that interview. Did you?
I watched a bit of it. Putin was basically talking about the history of Russia for about 20 to 30 minutes, 40 minutes even. And basically he was saying as well, he wants to get rid of Nazism in Poland Ukraine, because there's a lot of even statues of historical figures in Ukraine that share Nazi ideology that are still there. And he said he just wants to basically get rid of that. And that's basically the same thing Hitler was saying about Poland. He was trying to get rid of this idea of, I don't know, whatever kind of, I suppose, belief system that they had. He just thought it was wrong.
Right.
Actually, when we start talking about Hitler there, Alex Jones, did you see the crack with his mustache there lately?
Yeah, I saw a picture of it.
He's
Yeah.
nuts. He's nuts. So for anyone that doesn't know him, Alex Jones is like a huge conspiracy lad. He's nuts. He's been on Joe Rogan a few times, and like he's been going for about 20, 30 years. But there recently, he's doing now a social experiment in the last couple of days where he just shaved his mustache, and I don't know, something happened. Did the dog grab onto his face or something happened by mistake, and it kind of ruined his beard. So he said he shaved it. So then he kind of was left with a bit here from like Hitler's mustache, and he goes, "Hold on, I'm going to leave it like this and do a science experiment." So then he was basically showing that there's other people other than Hitler that had this style of mustache. So he shut up your man Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah.
So it's like he said, his whole thing was, oh, it's so crazy the way people, I suppose, identify that style to one person. And it's actually wild the way he's going about it, because he started one of his InfoWars shows and he was talking in a German accent. No, it's actually mad. This fella's nuts. There's something wrong with this lad. But Mark Devlin was saying the last days, was Mark Devlin talking about Alex Jones? He reckons that he doesn't trust him either. He thinks he's...
Yeah. He just said that briefly, yeah.
Hitler mustache. We should have Roberta come back out here and she can be looking up all the stuff on the internet for us. Hitler raised his eyebrows by... Oh yeah, watch. Can you see that? Oh no, hold on now. I'm going to add this again now.
Yeah. Fucking guy.
This fella's just nuts. Like, oh, if ads here now. Okay, the Dubai ads here are showing here. Well, how do I skip this? Don't think I can. Okay, I'm going to go to videos here again. Twitter. It had a wild effect on women. Alex Jones on Hitler himself.
Holy shit.
I want to get a video here. Okay, hold on. I'm going to work in the background here.
Oh my God.
I'm going to work in the background and suss this out. And I don't coming up with anything there in the comments.
There's Tommy.
Is that Tommy? Mush. Mush. I went Tommy by. We're watching a movie and America has a center stage. Yeah. We were saying that, Tommy, you were on our podcast there for that last one, the one before that. And nuts, yeah. We were kind of saying like it's like a movie, the whole thing. Like there's a different fucking plot point every day.
Yeah.
Look, I know social media spreads information quickly and things, but it's just nuts. It's nuts. There's something every day, and it's like there's psyops. So psychological operations. That's what that's abbreviating for, right? Kind of deter us from what's actually going on. It's wild. It's like this whole thing of like UFO shit. Like there's this stuff going on in Congress at the minute. There's more. I suppose military personnel saying that they saw all these crafts and things, and that's coming out at the same time that Charlie Kirk thing happened, and then they're on about what happened with Epstein's files again. Tommy, you were saying that the last day. Did something happen in Congress that there's some vote not to release the Epstein files? And that wasn't documented on the news, basically mainstream news.
Yeah.
As a story. Yeah, I don't know. There seems to be fucking something there every day.
Yeah.
Search.
So what did you have in your notes to talk about today, John?
I did on my notes. Right. I had a few points. Oh yeah, Kieran Starmer with the digital ID.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck, lads?
Yeah. Does it, you know, it's funny, like there's a lot of brave talk on the internet. Everyone's kind of saying, "Oh, I'm not gonna fucking comply with this shit." But, you know, when they had the lockdown a few years ago and everyone complied.
Yeah, so the whole thing he's saying now is no one will be able to work in, is it by 2030 or something?
Yeah, like if you have a job now, if you then you won't need it for some reason. But saying if you're applying for a job in the future or something, they're going to expect you to have it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, hold on here now a second. I'm sharing my screen there again now.
It is mad how fucking brazen they are, though. Like,
watch
something
this.
that
the Hitler mustache, and it was very interesting. I had a wild effect on women. I thought they were about to start throwing their panties at me. And they didn't know why. They were looking at me, because most modern women, even young ones, don't really even know even what Hitler is, but they in the back of their head, they know what it is. So they got a guy with, kind of Lex Luthor meets Adolf Hitler looks with blue eyes, and they just didn't know what to do. They're like melting. The Hitler
they were, yeah,
mustache, and it was very interesting. I could tell you it had a...
Yeah, there's a rake of fucking... What's this? Watch this.
Within an hour, it's going to be Jones goes full Nazi, endorses Hitler. Now, when all these comedians do it, it's great, and they do it in movies, it's fine. But they think you're stupid. They will misrepresent and say that I am now a National Socialist, National Socialist Workers Party. That is absolutely not true.
Okay, so the gist of what we probably get from it there is he's trying to seize what the media is going to say about him. Are they going to say, "Oh, he's a Nazi supporter"? Are they going to do a Kanye West kind of spinning it?
Yeah.
Is he supporting Hitler and Nazism and try and get him discredited that way? That's his social experiment. It's like a media experiment he's doing.
Yeah, it's a good idea. A bit of entertainment, anyway.
Yeah. So apparently the whole thing is if immigrants come into the country, into the UK, they won't be able to work without having a digital ID. And then I looked at some comments underneath this. It was some post on Instagram. Someone reposted it, his speech, and they said, I've no problem with a digital ID. I've nothing to hide anyway. They know everything about us. They have our social media. They have whatever. All our bank details are up on hardwares. And if someone really wanted information, they could get it. But then someone else commented, then replied to that comment, and they said, you don't understand. What if if they start attaching like your, like over in China with that social
credit score. Yeah.
Yeah. And then if they stop, like freeze your account so everything is digitalized, and you know, like they're weaning out cash and stuff. It's just a lot. It's like even pubs there, we said this before, like pubs over in England, they're at this cashless bars crack, and you'll see it at concerts as well. It's just convenient for people. People don't carry cash anymore because it's just convenient.
Yeah.
Just to talk, and that seems to me that convenience is the way
they'll get you.
They're going to, if they were going to get you.
Yeah.
And then
that's all the technology that we're getting is so convenient. So we're signing our lives for the little conveniences.
Yeah, but sure, like it's fucking sure, like they're arresting people for their opinions, what they're saying on Facebook and social media over in the UK. Like America is calling them out, Trump is calling them out, and
Yeah.
Charlie
That's
Kirk.
mental.
Charlie Kirk was at doing some speech somewhere, and he said it as well. He said, "I used to have deadly respect from America, for the UK, for Britain. You were one of the leading countries in the world, and you've left an impact on the world from your developments down through the years." And said, "Now what are you developing?" Like I even seen there, MG is a car company, right? That was started in the UK and sold out in 2007 to the Chinese. It's owned by the Chinese now. And it's like we seen that march there that went on, that protest was the last week, and apparently there was 3 million out in the streets. That wasn't really all over the place.
Yeah. And I think the media in England, that when they reported on it, said it was 100,000 or something like that. So
Yeah, exactly. And so just kind of getting back there to comments, what they could do? They could literally freeze your accounts, like they did in Canada to the truckers the time of that.
Yeah.
They protested. They parked lorries blocking motorways during COVID because they were basically told, if you do not take the COVID vaccine, you will not be able to work. So a lot of them are like, fuck this. And then they found out who was involved and they froze their bank accounts for a couple of days. Now, if they can do that now, what would happen if everything's linked digitally?
Yeah. They even went after people who donated to the truckers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's the mad thing about it. And then, like, you could even go a bit further. Like, you could say, even link it there to, like, your ESB bill or electric.
Oh, they're
linked on one maybe universal app. Okay, it's convenient, it's great. You can manage your bills, you can manage your, car, NCT. They could eventually do all this.
But they're going to attach it to your the so-called carbon footprint, and they're going to be like, "Oh, do you know what, man? You've spent X amount on diesel this week. You can't buy any more diesel with your credits."
And we had this thought experiment there tonight, right? So we said, what would happen if everyone goes electric there, would say, in 10, 20 years' time, okay? And if there just happens to be a massive war or a big narrative that there's oil has gone so low in the world at a global stage that we have to start rationing it, and there's a whole electricity crisis, and you can only charge your car so much per night, would say, or maybe over a couple of days. That's your usage. You can only drive so far in that week. You might only get to work. You mightn't be able to travel to wherever you want to travel around the country.
Yeah.
So there
it's the same then with the automated cars that they want to bring in, and you have your GPS and stuff, but they'll decide what roads will be allowed on your maps and stuff as well. So they'll keep you within certain areas and shit. Whereas now you can get in your car still today in Ireland and drive on any road that's there. But who knows what way they want to restrict movement and stuff in the future. It'll be an easy way to say no, that road isn't there anymore.
It's kind of mad. So I was going to say there as well, right? Andrew Tate, did you watch that during the night? Did I show you? I showed you a clip of Andrew Tate. He was on Piers Morgan.
Yeah, you sent that to me. Yeah.
I listened to that podcast. It's about 45 minutes long. He is a mad fucker, Andrew Tate. But Piers Morgan just loves the drama. They're just arguing for a good lot of it. And Piers is like, if you could stop talking, if I get a word in. And then, like, it kind of ends with Andrew Tate just basically saying that Piers Morgan is broke. And I'm not broke, Piers. I don't need the money. He said, but you need the money, he said, so I'm going to give you the facts, but you don't want to listen to the facts. You're like all these leftists kind of journalists. You want to steer away from the truth and this and that. And it's fair funny. And then, like, a couple of minutes after, when things kind of de-escalate, Piers Morgan puts an ad up and he's like, have you ever, blah, blah, blah. And he's just doing this kind of like speech for an ad, whatever it is. basically showing the idea, look, that Andrew's fucking right. This man is broke. He's getting fucking on.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Yeah. But yeah. So Andrew Tate, like a couple of things he was saying. He believes that women shouldn't be working and they shouldn't be allowed to vote because he thinks it'll be safer. He said it's not safe for women to go out and work and walk the streets because they're risking being attacked. Like that girl, he used the example of that Ukrainian that was killed on that train by that African American, and he was saying that it was a white crime or white hate crime, and then Pierce was saying it wasn't. It was a sick individual that did it. But then Andrew Tate pushed back and he said, "Well, how come he didn't attack the rest of the people? If he was a sick, deranged man, how come he didn't attack and stab the rest of the people in the bus?" Which was a fair point.
Yeah.
But then he
and
was
the
saying,
and the reaction of everyone else in the fucking train just to let her die as well. Just
what the fuck?
you know, like like if a white guy had just randomly stabbed a black woman and then run off the train, if the train was full of white people, they would have fucking at least one or two would have gone over to check on her. Like they kind of just looked at her like, "Fuck, damn, that was fucking rough. See ya."
But like that happened that happened on the 22nd of August or something. We were saying that.
Yeah, we didn't hear about it for about 2 weeks.
And I seen it all of a sudden. It's around Cork, the whole after Cork got assassinated, and I was like, did I miss something? Did this happen ages ago or what?
Apparently, he was kind of one of the ones who was kind of instrumental in getting it kind of into the public's whatever you want to call it.
But just saying there about Tate and then Pierce was calling him misogynist. He said, "There's young people that are watching you, young men, and I hear them coming up to you, and they've even come up to me and they basically saying that they idolize Andrew Tate." And Andrew Tate is just pure. It's like he's playing like this character of like this man. He says, "I'm going to become the prime minister of the UK. I'm going to fix your country." And then he's saying like, "Women love me. Not one woman isn't obsessed with me." All this fucking shit. And then so he said the UK government were trying to get rid of me. No, sorry, the UK elites were trying to get rid of me, so they couldn't do it through their juridical system. So they contacted Romania, who apparently he was saying is Andrew Tate was saying that they're the most corrupt country in the EU, and they're trying to get away to put me away, basically saying that I was running all these human trafficking and all these prostitute rings and all this stuff. And then Pierce was saying like, "Well, the way I am, you're basically you're innocent until proven guilty, but I believe in the system over here, law. And if I don't know the truth about you, Andrew, but if it does come out, it'll come out through the courts." In other words, saying that he thinks there's something up with him. And then he was on about like paying all the taxes, all the UK citizens, and leaving in all these immigrants, and they're taking all the jobs, and all this, all that. And then he was saying, okay, Pierce, or okay, Andrew, but what about your brother and you not paying tax and being basically sued for millions for not paying tax on millions? And then your man was just trying to deflect away from it. Tate was, and it was just gas. No, you have to watch it. It's a brilliant episode. It's just
look it up. Yeah.
But anyway, Tate was saying about his daughter. He said he wouldn't leave him out. He said she drives a Bentley. She says, and she's safe. She's happy, and she loves me. And I love my daughters. I just want them safe. And he goes, "So what you want from? Is it you just want them to be at home? Is it to be like 100 or 200 years ago when the wife was at home raising kids and cooking food in the kitchen?" And he said, "Look, even if they're at home, they're safe." He says, "I want them to be able to marry whoever they want, a man that will look after them, and that they can have a safe and happy life." But then you listen to his interview, you'd agree with some of the points he makes, but then he shoots himself in the foot and he comes out with stuff like that.
Yeah, I think Morgan has some fucking neck to even be talking to people like after his carry on during the whole coronavirus shit, where he was. I mean, he called people who were refusing the vaccines pussies. He was like, "They're just a bunch of fucking pussies," and he was very antagonistic. And then he was all about wear your masks and stuff. And then he's caught not wearing them in multiple situations, and he's pro lockdown, but then he's fucking off on holidays with his family and stuff abroad. And He's just he was a despicable hypocrite during all of that, and it's just amazing that he can come out now and like some of the things he said about unvaccinated people were kind of too much, you know.
Yeah, and then Kate actually questioned him on that, and he said, "Pierce, you were wrong before. How do you know that you won't be wrong again? You were wrong about COVID. You were caught out there basically." And then he says, "Well, my viewpoint on COVID was the intent was good. Some things didn't work out. Some things because they weren't 100% sure, but there was some transparency there. In other words, trying to back up his opinion, even though a lot of it is proven now that would say even like, okay, we're getting into COVID again, like, but Pfizer, like, they'd be doing like, oh, is it the mortality rate is like, I don't know, 1% or 2%. It's because they choose, would say out of 100 people, they could choose 100 people that aren't affected by the vaccine and then take that as their pool of their pool and say, okay, only 1 in 100 people are affected here, whereas it could be a lot more than that.
Yeah.
And they're internally audited like that. They're not actually audited by an outside body.
Yeah.
That was said by, I can't remember exactly who, but they were on Joe Rogan as well. These were people that were high up in the medical field, like, and they were saying this. Sure, they had your man on that founded the vaccines, the Moderna vaccine, the mRNA vaccine back in the 80s and the 90s. And he, at the start of the pandemic, I don't know what you see about him, but he was basically saying that, look, they shouldn't be releasing this vaccine. There's not enough testing done on it. There is going to be, shit is going to hit the fan with it. Yeah, it's just, there's a lot of shit coming out now, like, about that vaccine. And I only got one shot. I wish I didn't, to be honest with you. But I'm happy I didn't get a second shot. And like they're saying that what should have been done that time was herd immunity. Young people or healthy people shouldn't have taken it. It should have been only people that were like at high risk or elderly people, basically.
Yeah, there was money to be made.
Because at the very least, it's the best way, they were saying, to fight a virus like that is herd immunity, because the vaccine won't adapt. If everyone's immune to it, the vaccine will mutate and it'll change. That's why all these variants are out there now.
Right.
That's what they're saying. But change it there now from COVID, because fucking hell, you'd be sick talking about COVID. Oh yeah, come here. This human skull discovered that's dated like 1 million years ago. Did you see that one?
No.
I posted on the Instagram story for the podcast page there yesterday. So apparently there's this skull that was found, and it's apparently dated 1 million years. It's 1 million years old, apparently.
Where was this found?
I don't have to check now, but I found it and I just reshared it. Skull found, dated 1 million. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to share this on the screen there now again. This is a cool app. Okay, so 1 million year old skull from China holds clues to origins of Neanderthals, Denisovans, and humans. Reconstruction of a 1 million year old skull shows the early human group split and diversified quickly. There's a skull apparently housed in Hubei provincial in China. It was excavated.
Is it a human skull or a Neanderthal skull?
Saying human skull here. Denisovans apparently. But there was another one, like one of my buddies there actually, he had this book called Sapiens, and it was written in 2011. And I just read the back of the book, the synopsis. What did they call that? The back of the book, not the synopsis.
Summary or
yeah, whatever it is. And they were saying like, oh, the humans date back to 350,000 years ago, but now they're saying like Hummelady, I think it was in 2017 or 2019 it was discovered. So it's another subspecies, and that dates back like 500,000 years ago or something.
Mad. So how does this fit in with the theory of evolution then?
Yeah, this is it. This pushes it back further again, like.
it pushes against it.
Yeah, because like hominidity. Oh yeah, can you see? No, hold on. I'm gonna change my screen here now if I can. Okay, remove. I'm going to share my screen now. Where is it? This one. Stop screen. Share screen. Oh yeah. Okay, so this one, hominidity in November 2013 and March 2014, over 1,500 specimens from at least 15 hominidity individuals were discovered from the site. Now, this is from the Smithsonian Institute, so this is a mainstream archaeological source. Basically, they're the monopoly of archaeology, like the Smithsonian.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
So when did they date them back to? Dated between 335,000 and 236. I thought they were older than that. But there's a documentary on Netflix. It's about Neanderthals. I must watch it. It's supposed to be good. But then again, like you won't. It's Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix.
Oh fuck! You couldn't see that now. Do you know you can see it? Lady.
Yeah, I
Oh,
can see that there now. Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. So apparently lived 335,000 years ago. 4'9" was the average height. Yeah. So in 2014 and 2013.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mad.
Oh yeah, Sarah there and Roberta on about the Truman Show. That movie.
Yeah, we rewatched that the other day actually. It's a mad one. A lot of flat Earth symbology in that one, guys.
Yeah. There's this thing about flat Earth I seen during the day, this post, and they basically it was the Arctic they went up to prove that the sun was a local sun or something. So that apparently that's one of the theories that shows that it's a lot closer than what we're told. And they basically disproved themselves.
Yeah, I think I heard about that one.
World is wrong because the sun was moving, whatever way it was moving, basically, and it proved it. And then one of the members of the team even changed their ideology, and they said, "Okay, I'm now what do they call them? What do they call it? Flat earthers call like people that believe that the world is a globe or round or sphere is did they call them globists or something?
I don't know.
But they proved it wrong in a Netflix documentary as well a few years ago. It's very funny. And then at the end of the documentary, they were just like, okay, they spent like 25,000 on this gyroscope, and they basically proved that there's a curve in the Earth. And then they said, okay, maybe there's a curve, but maybe it's not completely flat. Maybe there's just curved areas. And they were like, we're going to keep going until we can prove that this is going to stop us. And they're going to all these conferences. It's like Comic-Con or something. They're all, I don't know. It's like they're kind of looking for attention or something. They just want something in their life to be true, and that's what they're chasing, and it kind of gives them importance. But look, I don't know, but this whole thing it did as well. Like we've talked about it before. Admiral Richard Byrd. Apparently, he went to visit Antarctica, and he said that there's continents there that are actually lush green places that exist beyond the ice, and it's not documented or something. He said this in a talk show. You're frozen.
America down there or something like that, and he said there was enough. Did he say there was enough coal or something down there to power the world for 1,000 years or something?
Yeah. But the Truman Show, like we'd be on about, even Mark Devlin was on about last day. They show you it's like the karmic thing, like the Truman Show. The character, he knew there was something up, but he was ignoring it for a while, and then there's too many coincidences happening for him to ignore.
Yeah.
It's like the shit that's happening here, like all these different coincidences, like the what was your one, like doing that Cork was doing that's the devil worship thing, like she apparently that's a symbol for love. What?
Is that what she said? Yeah, that's not it. No, that's not it.
No,
that's mad.
And then like the monster can, Tommy was saying it in the episode, the monster can being the mark of the beast.
Yeah.
And it's Hebrew for, what was it Hebrew for again?
Sin, I think he said, or something, wasn't it?
Sin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's too much Adam about flat earth. Look up the Bedford level experiment. Yeah,
Just
I
the way
think
they
that-
use the way they use the kind of propaganda on Truman the whole time. It was kind of this kind of relentless thing about fearing the outside world, and when we're obviously the audience watching it, it's obvious to them. But if you're buried in it and it's all you've known, then you're less likely to see this stuff. Like going into a fucking travel agents and seeing a poster of an airplane getting struck by lightning or something. You know, they're saying, "Are you sure you want to go? You sure you want to go on holidays?" You know.
Yeah. Adam's just on about that Bedford level experiment. Yeah, Adam, that's the one that they tried to do on. That's one of the experiments they did on the Netflix documentary. I forget what it's called. It's Flat Earth anyway. But this is the. For fuck's sake, I'll have to change the screen now again. Okay, remove that one. Add this one. Okay, stop screen. Add screen. That's surely an easier way to do this. Okay. Can you see that now, Niall?
I just see a blank screen now.
Oh yeah. This.
Yeah, I can see that now.
Yeah. So we're actually going off the screen now, aren't we?
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, that's the Bedford. That's I just went to the images, just kind of show people what it looks like.
Mhm.
So yeah, this
was that a canal or something? Was it?
No, so what they did, from what I remember on this documentary, so they basically had two poles, one with a telescope, and then another one was like a laser, and whatever a receiver for the laser, and if it hits the same length in the pole from the laser to the receiver, then that will show that there's no curvature. But obviously, if it goes above the pole, or if it's on a different height, that will show a curvature. That's the experiment they did in the Netflix thing. I presume that's the same thing with this Bedford level. And hold on. There you go now. There you go, Adam. How an old canal became the site of a bizarre dispute in Victorian England. Oh yeah, you're right about a canal.
Yeah, I think I heard about this before.
Was this done like?
And what was the findings of that experiment? I can't remember now.
There was a curve, I suppose. Is there, Adam? There's a bit of a delay in the video, I think. But he might come back with us there again.
Okay, so another example then would be Lake Michigan, where people were saying that they were able to see the Chicago skyline from the opposite side of Lake Michigan, and they were saying that they thought the maths didn't add up and that they shouldn't have been able to see that. And someone sent a photograph of it from the opposite side of Lake Michigan to some news channel or something, and the weatherman talked about it and said that what the image was showing was a mirage or something. Did you ever see that one? No. So yes, I don't know. I can't remember the maths about how much how the curvature affects the line of sight, but according to this little film that I saw, they were saying that if you're using the standard globe maths, then we shouldn't be able to see Chicago from here, but they were able to zoom in on it with their camera lens or whatever, their telescopic lens, and take a picture. And then the weatherman said, well, they're not actually able to see it because it's actually over the curvature, but what they're seeing there is a mirage. He kind of gave this kind of vague explanation for it. But we could kind of argue about all these kind of little things, but there's definitely stuff within the flat Earth argument that is worthy of discussion, like things like Antarctica and things that Admiral Byrd has said, and the Antarctic Treaty and this kind of stuff. And you can kind of understand flat earthers, like when the United Nations flag is using the flat Earth map on their flag, and so is the World Health Organization. It's like, why are they doing that? And they're slipping it into movies and stuff. So it's like they're kind of tormenting a little bit or something, or teasing a little bit.
That's the Perry Ray's map, is it? Is that what they call it?
No, I don't think that's the Perry Reese map. No, I think the Perry Reese map was the one where he had they had Antarctica on it, and they were able to see the Antarctica without the ice or something. Is that the Perry Reese map? I think
Oh yes.
it was a map that they discovered that had, I don't know how old it was, but they were able to see I think the claim was that the map lined up with the original coastline of Antarctica without the ice or something, and they were only able to prove that it matched up recently with their kind of LiDAR type technology.
Yeah. I'm trying to find it online here. I can't. Oh yeah, it's the azimuthal equidistant map. Basically. I'll share this there, you know. It's kind of annoying the way I have to keep pressing this. It's a lot handier on. It's actually a lot handier on Teams when we're doing the episodes. When the lads there asked me to talk about Graham Hancock, I'm gonna talk about him there in a second. Do you know what? It's actually funny enough that Graham Hancock stuff. You won't hear too many that are actually into it.
Which
people that you talk in person, like that you'd ever ask them, like if they're like, oh, you asked a history teacher there. Very recently, did he hear of Graham Hancock's work, and he didn't hear about it or that?
Right.
Do you know the whole thing of what do they call it? The Younger Dryas impact theory and advanced agent civilizations. And oh yeah, look, there's the map now I'm on about, and you're on about, sorry. Can you see that?
No, not yet.
Oh, sorry. No.
Yeah.
I seen another thing there as well about Africa, that it's not actually, it's a lot larger than the way it's depicted on mainstream maps.
Yeah, I saw that as well. Like mainstream maps would have it nearly the size of Greenland, but it's like fucking 30 times the size of Greenland or something.
Watch this one here. UN flag, flat Earth.
Yeah, like apparently, like I've seen flight paths make more sense on the flat Earth map as well. Apparently.
Oh yeah, I came across that
like
one as well.
if you're flying from fucking South America to Australia or something, the way they go, it looks like it makes more sense on the flat Earth map than the globe Earth map.
Yeah, on that flight tracker thing. Yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah, flights go missing and then they kind of reappear the other side.
There's not a whole lot of flights going over Antarctica either, as far as I know.
Yeah, Antarctica is a strange one. We were talking there we were on holidays. I think it was at Lanzarote a couple of years ago, and we got talking to these two lads that were actually part of the UK or the UK Navy, British Navy, and they were saying that they were often sent down to Antarctica, and he was showing me videos on his phone of basically the water, how high it would go and hit the.
Oh, you showed me that. I remember you showed me that. That's fucking mad footage. Yeah.
And the height of the boat, the ship was massive. Like, let's say from the base up to the top of the, what do you call it? The hull, is it?
The bridge, is it? I don't know.
Yeah. But anyway, you would see all these wild videos as well online, like of
cargo ships and stuff.
Yeah, and then I said, "What did you do below in Antarctica?" And he says, "Well, a lot of the things we do is we just go and there'd be like abandoned huts and stuff from like back in, I don't know, even World War II and all these decades, where people go and they set up like scientific research centers, and they'd be just left there, and they'd just go and see if there's anything valuable there, they take it and bring it back." And I said, "What else do you kind of do?" He says, "Well, that's kind of it. Like," he says, "there's nothing but ice everywhere, like, and you don't really go too far inland because there's nothing there."
Yeah,
that's not he did. But he didn't seem like he let on anything. But sure, I don't know. Adam,
Yeah.
you're deep into this, lad. They discredited their owner theory. Atmospheric refraction caused it to look flatter than it was, basically. Yeah, and this is the best way I can myself. How I think the world isn't flat. Okay, 2 seconds. Let me just get a pen and paper here.
All right.
I'm going to basically prove. I'll get a blank piece of paper there now, and I'll draw it back. And get a pen. But
Take your time, John.
suspense. Right, I'm going to draw it here. So I'm just going to draw a circle. Very simple. Now I hope there's out of the 4 people tuned in. If there's any of you flat earthers, okay, there's a circle, yeah, a fairly crude circle. Now, they say that the Earth, Neil deGrasse Tyson says it's not a sphere, perfect sphere. It's like a pear. It's pear shaped. Well, closely pear shaped, not quite pear shaped. But if you zoom in, right? So we'll zoom in. I put this as close to the camera as I can. Do you see them 2 little marks there?
Yeah.
If I take away the line in between them 2 marks, it's going to almost look straight, right?
Okay.
Now let's zoom out. Does that make sense?
Okay. Explain it to us.
So, in other words, if my two lines there are joints, they're going to see a straight line by looking at each other, kind of a thing. There'll be a slight curve there, right? And they can basically say, oh, the world is fucking, like, in scale, that's probably like thousands and thousands and thousands of miles.
Okay, yeah.
Between them 2 lines, yeah? And them 2 giants, if they're looking, they won't be far off eye level, maybe. So they'll be thinking, oh, it's fucking flat. But then when you zoom out...
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
It's a vast distance. It's not going. You're not going to see the whole curvature of it.
Yeah.
Because of the distance, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's another interesting point as well. There's no such thing as a straight line.
Okay, elaborate on that one.
Okay, right. So if I start to draw on a line, so if I had a massive pen, or if I had a pen with unlimited amount of ink, and if I started walking or driving from one point, kept going in a straight line, I'm going to eventually come back to the same point, more or less, if I go around the globe. We'll just say that the world is round, it is, I think. But, okay, you're going to come back. Now, let's literally flick our finger now and disappear, and the globe is going to disappear. I'm just remaining with my line. Is that a straight line?
Like if you flattened out the globe.
No. So in other words, okay, Earth is sitting there in space. Okay, I'm here. I'm dragging my marker with unlimited ink round the globe in a straight line. I keep going straight. I'm going to eventually go all the way around the globe and come back to my same point, my starting point.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. So I'm drawing a straight line. Okay. Now let's say, for example, I was like your man from Marvel Tennis. I just snapped my thing and the whole globe, everything disappeared, and I'm just in space. Now, let's say if I flick my fingers again and I took off millions of miles to my right hand side, and if I turned back to observe my line, would it look like a straight line? Come on, Niall, it wouldn't. It would look like.
I'm trying to wrap my head around that.
It would look like this.
Have you got a soccer ball there? No.
No, it would look like this.
Well, no, because it
would.
Well, sorry. You see, I'm imagining that you're going around the world in a horizontal line. You're going around like so, but if you go around like so.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, I'm on about literally walking straight and gravity is going to keep me attached to the earth. I could possibly be, from my perspective now where I am, I'm maybe going to be upside down when I get halfway along the surface of the earth, if that makes sense.
Do you know what it is? I'm a bit tired.
Watch, I'm going to draw this out quickly. Very simply. And I think we might leave it there then. I just touch on one or two things before we head away. Are you working in the morning?
No, thank God.
Okay, right. And then we'll say when earth is taken away, I'll be left with this. Okay, this is kind of what I'm going for, right?
All right.
So you see the stick man there on the top?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's his little marker there attached to him, and he's walking straight. And eventually he's going to come back to the same point if he keeps walking. Okay?
Yeah.
After however many years or whatever fucking time.
Yes. Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah. So then if I take off to my right hand side or left hand side and snap my fingers and the earth literally disappears, I'm just left with my trace of my line, I'm going to see a circle.
Yeah, you will.
Therefore,
okay, so
there's no such thing as a straight line.
Well, what I was saying was that if you started where the arrow on the left is next to the E, and you went around the Earth, and then you removed it from that angle, wouldn't it look straight? You wouldn't be able to see the whole line. You'd only be able to see half the line.
It would, because you'd see that. This here, yeah.
Sorry, I'm actually looking at the fucking computer. Yeah, yes, yeah.
Yeah, but then if I looked from up here down,
yeah,
I'd see like an ellipse.
Yeah.
So that's not a straight line. And then you'll be on about gravity, right? You'll be on about gravity. So, do you know what they say? Like a big mass fucking attracts in gravity is what's pulls in another mass. If a big mass here would pull in something smaller, and that creates the orbit basically. Again, no such thing as a straight line.
Yeah.
Like where's the straight line? There's no straight lines in nature. Where's there straight lines in nature?
Chemtrails. They're natural, aren't they?
Okay, right. I feel that. Spatial ability here, lads. Where the fuck is your spatial awareness? Anyway, yeah, I heard this mad one before, right? There was this lad. He was a director, movie director. I forgot what movie he made. He's a horror director. He was on Joe Rogan's podcast, and he had this mad idea for a film. Actually, the film made District 9. Neil Blomkamp or whatever his name is. So he has this idea for a film. Basically, it's going to be about vampires that are like thousands of years old, and they live. This specific vampire lives to modern Earth, and his cross or crucifix or holy water kind of a thing, like his kryptonite, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Is straight lines and angles, because he didn't adapt. No, but the way he talks about it, he never adapted to that. There was no such thing as straight lines before. Before humans started constructing straight edges and things, and designing geometry and all this crap.
Yeah.
So his DNA or his I suppose eyes aren't adapted to visualizing, and his visual cortex in his brain isn't adapted to looking at fucking straight lines and straight edges.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah.
That drives him mad. That drives him mad.
Is this movie out yet? No.
No, he hasn't got it made. I don't think producers make the sound of it. But anyway, I'm going to touch there on Graham Hancock. We've talked about him before, Nilo. But what do you make of his stuff, his work?
I don't know. I suppose I was more familiar with him maybe 10 or 15 years ago, 10 years ago or so. But I've never watched any of the Netflix stuff that he's done. I suppose I was only familiar with a a couple of his podcasts, interviews that he'd given, especially around the time of when he was talking about fingerprints of the gods and things of that nature. But no, I wouldn't be overly familiar with him now. Just that he's got the Younger Dryas theory, and does he believe that there was an advanced civilization once upon a time? Is that the gist of it?
Yeah. There's a fella after texting me here. He's asked me to talk about Graham Hancock, and I said, "You just get in there to the live video," and he says, "I'm talking about Graham Hancock now," and he says, "Okay, I'm on about the porn star Graham Hancock. Can you talk about him?" Oh, what a dirty animal! That is a dirty animal. This is a kid's show. This is going live in RT
family
Junior.
friendly, man.
This is up in RT Junior there tomorrow. It's 12 midday.
Oh, shit.
But anyway, geez, I thought we were actually miles behind, or people were behind us in the comments, but they're not. But anyway, Graham Hancock, he's so good. He's so literate the way he speaks. But watch his Netflix documentary. I've only watched about 3 or 4 episodes of his second season. He goes to Americas, but he says that if his second season is successful, he has been talking to Zahi Hawass, who's the head archaeologist in Egypt. We've talked about him, and if you want to see that fella, he's basically a lad that is stuck on his ways of Egyptology, and he doesn't want any ideas to change about the pyramids. He's set in his ways because he's put in 60 or 50 years of research, and he just has an ego problem. He's an egomaniac. But watch his episode, watch his interview with Joe Rogan. It's mad. Joe can't have a chat with this fella. But anyway, it's hilarious as well. Did you watch it?
No, you gave me the synopsis of it there.
Yeah, it's hilarious. But just watch it, lads. But anyway, he was always talking about Graham Hancock, and he was saying he's wrong, and basically talking shit about Graham Hancock and saying he doesn't know what he's doing. He's a pseudo archaeologist and this. But they made up, and they went for dinner recently enough, as in the last couple of years. And Zahi Hawass has said it to Graham Hancock that he would love to meet him and show him give him a tour of the pyramids and kind of discuss his findings down through the years, and kind of discuss what Graham Hancock's beliefs are and what his research is, and see if they kind of can basically, agree to disagree or come up with some kind of way of
some common ground.
Yeah, some common ground. Anyway, Graham Hancock said that he's going to get Zahi Hawass on season 3, and if he can, and he's going to make it about Egypt and about the pyramids and all, and that'll be mad. That'll be epic stuff.
Yeah, cool.
But yeah, I want to go to the pyramids there now. Hopefully next year I'll get there. But I just want to go in and see the King's Chamber and the Queen's Chamber, because that shit is mad. Just like the giant granite blocks inside there. Apparently you can't fit a bank card in through them, like they're that tight.
Yeah.
And how they lift the blocks up there. Apparently mud and sand and ramps and things, but that just doesn't make sense, because that's a colossal effort to make them ramps. Shift. And a lot of these stones come 500 miles south down the River Nile and all this, and it just doesn't add up. But anyway, Graham Hancock works with Robert Schock, is it?
Mm-hmm.
And Randall Carlson, who's a self-educated geologist. He never got any degrees or PhDs or anything, but he's another guy to look up. But their whole thing is there's this evidence for a massive crater, I think in Mexico or something, and they think that that's the Younger Dryas, and there's basically an impact 13,000 years ago, similar to the dinosaurs, but not as severe, and it wiped out most of humanity, drove a lot of humans under the ground, and that's why the likes of this Derinkuyu, which is an underground passageway system found in Turkey, and there's evidence there that there was animals there, and there was fire lit there, and there was waterways where people used to tap, where there was like shafts tapping down into water wells underneath them chambers, underneath the shafts, that there was like a water irrigation system. And there's no way you do this overnight. It was like they were down there for years and years and years. And then the other theory to push back, so in other words, that the whole surface was inhabitable and there was massive fire, maybe years of rain, or maybe there was water, maybe there was floods, who knows? And they were driven underground. And then to push back on that is mainstream archaeology would say that there was just barbaric tribes, and I suppose they were hunting villages and obviously wiping out villages, and that's what drove people underground, basically to hide. But apparently that doesn't stand up. But like, then they're saying 13,000 years ago, there's no evidence for advanced civilizations. So sorry, his theory is that wiped out advanced civilizations, and then it drove us back to the Stone Age again. And that's when the barbaric humans were the only ones that survived. And that's where you go to likes of movies like Mad Max and all these like post-apocalyptic movies. And you always see this common theme of the people that are survived are barbaric. And that's their idea, that they're the people that survived because they're the only people that can make the harsh calls to survive. In terms of cannibalism or whatever it took to survive. And that's why humanity took this long to become kind of, I suppose, even though there's wars and everything going, I suppose it's the safest time to ever be alive as a whole. And like, if the same thing was to happen again with a massive cataclysm, that would be driven back. If it didn't destroy all of us, we'd be driven back again and again. It would only be the barbaric people that would survive, and then we'd have to start from scratch. But apparently, he reckons that this advanced civilization wasn't as advanced as us. Maybe subconsciously through, like, I don't know. Consciously they were more advanced than us. Yeah. Don't they say, like, all these psychedelic substances, and that they kind of understand DMT and your what do they call it? Part in your brain, they say, that produces DMT.
Pineal gland, is it?
Pineal gland. And that's why they say, like, Egypt, the Eye of Ra, it's very similar to your, we've talked about this before, but Eye of Ra is very similar to the pineal gland. And because the Egyptians were aware of its meaning, it wasn't just coincidence why they depicted this. Like the Eye of Ra, I think it's like one of their gods, and it's to symbolize, apparently symbolize leadership and, I suppose, hero, or kind of like, leadership and kind of, I suppose, I don't know, look it up. But anyway, pineal gland, Eye of Horus.
Yeah.
Like, that's strange. Look at the pattern there.
I can't see that now.
Hold on. Oh, yeah, I have to make this at the stage. Okay. Right. So there's the pineal gland, or there's the Eye of Horus. The Eye of Ra is basically the same thing. I have a tattoo of it in the back of my calf. It's just the opposite way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's interesting.
So you can see the similarities there, like. And they used to apparently do all these rituals where they take all these psychedelic compounds, and that's why there's this connection to their mythology is, like, I suppose, the underground and all these beings. Maybe they were tripping and seeing all this mad shit. Then they were connecting it to the brain. Maybe they know something. So science says nowadays that DMT is this psychedelic compound that's produced naturally in your body, in different parts of your body. I think is your liver and your pineal gland or something, but that's what they're linking to brains now, or to dreams now. And there's a small amount of DMT that's being released into your brain, and it's making you think that your dream reality is your real reality in that moment. But then when you wake up, oh fuck, that was all your dream. And so there's this huge connection between that and their spirit realm and their rituals that they used to be doing. And Robert Schoch was the fellow that he was an or geologist, and he was talking about water erosion in the Sphinx and how like, there's watermarks, and he says that is from intense rain and flooding that possibly happened 13,000 years ago, and he dates the Sphinx back further than mainstream archaeology, which is like 4,000 years, and that's his proof. He says because it'd been years of rainfall that would cause these irrigation marks, and they basically all coming together with this idea of a lost age in civilization, and that's what mainstream archaeology is pushing back against all the time.
They're going to hate when some geologist comes in who doesn't know anything about Egypt and pisses all over their theories.
Yeah, Roberta's after sending me something here. Candace Owens is after putting this up in her story about Charlie Kirk, which is why they have produced nothing other than a blurry image which Tyler's family knows is not him. So that's the shooter, is it?
Oh, yeah.
Tyler has never once expressed a suicidal thought. I want to make that clear. The federal government is lying about absolutely everything other than the fact that it is his gun. Candace Owens put this up on her Instagram 6 hours ago. His father having turned him in after a confession, with quotation marks around that, is also complete fiction. To the contrary, Tyler Robinson maintains innocence and has never been to the UVU campus. There are absolutely zero photos or video that the campus can produce to the contrary. So she's calling bullshit for a lot of this shit.
Yeah, just another fucking thread in that mystery. John, I'm going home. I'm going to bed rather. Fucking wrecked, man.
We'll call it off that.
Cool.
Sound for all. Jesus, an hour and a half. Fucking hell. Right, sound for everyone that tuned in there.
Thanks, guys.
We'll get better with it over time, and it was a bit to get going on. Sure, fuck it.
Good to see you, John.
Right, Nilo. Sound lad.
I'll talk to you tomorrow at some stage anyway.
Yeah, we'll chat tomorrow or something.
All right, kid.
So, man.
Thanks for setting that up, man. I'll talk to you later.
Cheers. Thanks for watching.
Bye for a while.
Take it easy. Bye-bye.